Well, it's Tech for Hire. I believe he's going to bore us again with his bullshit.
Hey YouTube, Tech for Hire here. As you may remember, I've been having problems with my GoPro. I have a Hero 3, I've had it for a long time. Periodically it won't record, periodically you won't have any sound out of it. You guys may not always see it because I have to edit those videos or just completely redo it. So I know they have the Hero 5 out there and I've been thinking about getting that one. The only problem that I have is it doesn't work with my Cena headset. So when I ride my motorcycle and I do moto vlogs, you're not going to be able to hear me talk unless I run a dedicated mic directly from the GoPro. I can do that, but then why did I spend all that money on the Cena? I'd like to be able to just use one device to do both. So as of right now, the Hero 5, not an option. I'm waiting, apparently in September they're supposed to come out with a Hero 6. I'm waiting to see what that actually is to see if I buy it or not. In the meantime, I was like, you know what? I see all of these knockoff GoPros out there, and I'm curious to how they're actually going to look and perform. Well, I went out and spent the money on one. So it's only, I think, $39, and it comes with a myriad of accessories. So figure we give this thing a shot, see what it does. Now, obviously, I cannot use this with my Cena headset. It's not compatible, at least as far as I know. But just for shits and giggles, let's see what it looks like. Hook it up on the bike. Maybe I'll add that video into my normal moto vlogging video, and I'll run 2 cameras. So why not check it out? Okay, so try not to give me a hard time. I know my workspace is kind of messy, but what are you going to do? Different projects all over the place. Look for another video of me doing this one, which should be out shortly, maybe even before this one. But let's take a look at this unit. So it is an action camera. It says it is 4K. Said it is 30 meters waterproof. I don't believe it, but we'll take a look. Inside the packaging, what do you get? So we get the camera itself with a what looks like a GoPro type case. Obvious differences here are that you have these 2 buttons on the side. If you can actually see that, it has these 2 buttons here. Other than that, I mean, it looks very GoPro-ish, even down to the way that it opens up. But you'll notice, I mean, if you actually have it, the differences are in the seal. The seal on the GoPro is actually much better. This one, you kind of really have to force it closed. Let's take a look at the camera. Now, the camera itself is, I mean, it looks kind of snazzy, but you can tell the quality in the GoPro. It's very, very cheap. In here, here's your battery that actually slides in. So, you know, rechargeable lithium ion. This one is 900 mAh, which means you're going to last, I don't know, an hour maybe. So we'll slide that puppy back in there. You know, the build quality is not great, but I mean, you're paying $39 for a camera, so go figure. USB 2 type adapter, micro USB I should say. There's another there's a HDMI mini port here. You have a memory card, which you do not get. I had my own memory card, so I put it in there, but it's in a micro SD. You have an OK button, a power button. It does have Wi-Fi. I haven't played with that yet, but we'll see. It has an up and down button. This is what you actually use, because you have an LCD screen. I shouldn't call it an LCD. Well, it is an LCD. It's not an LED or anything like that. But it's a very crappy screen. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Go ahead and hold the power button down. Waiting for you. There we go. Sports XDV. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it's not a great quality LCD. It's like if you turn it too far this way, you can't really see anything out of it. If you turn it too far this way, actually that one's not too bad, but for some reason turning it this way, just even a couple degrees, you can't see anything out of it. And the screen just turned off. What did it do? Oh, so battery saving mode. Well, let's go through some of the menus. I'm assuming we hit mode. So now it's on camera mode. Now it's on slow mode. It has a little guy here kind of running. This is playback mode. And then here are your settings. So let's go ahead and click OK. You have video resolution. Let's see what the video resolution is. Now you have all these different options. I'm using the up and down arrows. It's 4K 30 frames per second, 2.7K 30 frames per second, and then goes up to 1080p 60 frames per second. I have it set on 1080p 30 frames per second because that's what I have my GoPro set at almost all the time. So let's go ahead and see if I can hit the back button, which is this. Okay, cool, I got it right. Okay, so we click down, you got recording sound, time lapse, looming, slow-mo, and it basically goes through all these menus, and that's it. You want to move to the next menu. I believe you click the power button. There we go. Photo resolution. Let's see what options we have. It's at 12 megapixels. 16 megapixels is the max, but it's defaulted to 12. Let's go to exposure. All of these are, you have a Wi-Fi mode. There's a driving mode. I guess you can use this as a dash cam. Low light frequency, LED indicator, auto screensaver, auto shutdown after 5 minutes. Definitely want to adjust that if you're sitting there recording something, unless that's just if you leave it be and it wants to do a power saving. Languages, I think when I got this it was in Chinese, so I had to change that. What audio options? Yeah, look at this. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. That I'm guessing Russian, Deutsch, French, Italiano, Espanol, Polish, Polski. Don't know what that is. Portuguese. Don't know that one. Turkey, and back to English. So those are your options. Date and time, format. The first time you do record, it does ask you to format the card, so make sure you don't have anything important on there. Then we go to OK to exit. So that is the camera itself. So let's go ahead and turn this puppy off. We'll set this off to the side. So what else do you get? So obviously you get your case. It's kind of like the GoPro where you basically pull this apart and you can change the different backings. It's weird because they give you two backings that are identical. So I have no idea what the purpose is for giving you two identical backings. Like normally with the GoPro, you would get one that's sealed that you can't click through, so that way if you want to go underwater, but then you would have another one that has a gap on it, and that gap would allow you to have the air go through it so it can pick up the microphone and all that good stuff. So they give you two solid ones. I don't know why. Have these different plates, have different adapters. These look like just different Velcro straps. You got your charging cable, your charger. This one appears to have come with an extra battery, so I do have an extra battery. Your adapter for your memory card, that's actually kind of nice that they give you one. Another adapter, zip ties, and a screen cleaner. I'm kind of worried about zip ties. Why the hell do I need zip ties? These all look like pretty much GoPro adapters. So if you have a GoPro, these look like they would pretty much work with your standard GoPro. So if you have a GoPro and you're going to use this on the side, you just doubled up on some of your connectors. Yeah, I mean, these all should fit just like a normal one. You do get your instructions on your action camera. You got a little tether here as well, but let's see what the action camera sheet here has to say. Action camera, yeah, really nothing nothing interesting that I haven't gone over, but it gives you all your different brackets. There's a back clip that it comes with. I have that somewhere around here. I was messing with this earlier. It does have a bicycle bracket. I've actually got that on my Triumph right now, testing to see whether it's going to work for the motorcycle. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do a few videos with that action camera to see how it actually looks and how it stacks up against my GoPro. So well, let's do that. No, I am not a magician. I didn't magically snap my fingers and change my shirt. And going through the video that I did for this action camera, I realized that some of the images did not go through on the GoPro and on the camera. On this one, it's kind of my fault because I didn't hit the right button on my GoPro. Like I said, it tends to overheat and it stopped working. So I had to let it cool down, and unfortunately, I didn't get some video. So I have to come back to you today and finish the video. So the most important part is the image quality on this, because whether it's cheap or whatever, we don't really care, right? We just want to see how good of a quality is this going to do compared to the GoPro. But one thing that I did want to show you is on this camera, you see that this lens has a very, very good curve to it, okay? So the problem with that is when you're dealing in direct sunlight, as you can see from this image, you have a big ring that goes all the way across. There's no way to get rid of it. It's just the way it is if light's hitting directly at the camera. Now on this image, what you can see is that the light is coming from behind the camera. So, you know, light's coming from this direction as opposed to this direction. What that actually does is the image quality is pretty good when you look at that. It's very, very comparable to the GoPro. The only problem that I have still, which I haven't figured out yet, is how to remove the watermark on it. The timestamp watermark. I've looked through these menus and I haven't been able to find it. It could just be because I'm dumb. But either way, riding around town and things like that, I don't think I would use it for a central camera, just because you're going to have those artifacts, the circle around the image and things like that. It's not going to make for a very good looking image. Unless you're a Michael Bay fan and you like all those starbursts and all that kind of stuff through it, maybe then it's not so bad. Okay, so what is the verdict on the action camera? Problem with this thing is it is not very easy to navigate through when you're recording. So I actually had it mounted up while I was doing another video so I can get a dual recording and you can see it. Well, you only saw part of it. I had actually done a few other videos, you know, with a side-by-side comparison, and it didn't record. So that could be just getting used to the camera. For $39, is it a decent camera? Sure, not so bad. Give it to the kids, you know, see what they do with it. But if you're doing daily videos, you know, you're uploading it to YouTube, you got all sorts of other things, you're going to use it for your business, probably not the greatest camera in the world to use. Now, if you want to attach this camera to a vehicle and you're going to crash it into a wall, hey, as long as that SD card survives, no problem. That's my review. I would save your money on, I say a lot, sorry. And I did it again. On Amazon, you can buy refurbished Hero 3 units, or it just says Hero. I'm not exactly sure what version it is. It just says Hero on it. You can buy refurbished units for 150 bucks. Get one of those. They're great quality units. You can use all of the Hero 3 accessories with it. They're actually made by GoPro. Go that route instead of, you know, spend an extra 100 bucks. You'll get a decent camera. Just recently they had the Hero Session that was $149 as well. That one doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the Hero Session has, but it's still a good unit. Way better probably than this unit because it's a better lens. You don't have all the navigation buttons with that one. With that one, it's just start and stop. You would probably have to use a third-party device like your cell phone, or like I use. You saw in my video, I have an iPad next to me and I can change all the settings on my GoPro using the app. So that would probably be something you want to use. This one, save your money. Honestly, it's really not that worth it. The only thing to me, the saving grace with this is, well, at least I got to test it and see if it's really worth anything. The other part to that is it came with accessories that I can use with my current GoPro. So there you have it. Please like this video, subscribe down below. If you have any comments, suggestions, you want me to test a camera, other than, I won't be doing 3D cameras because just logistically it doesn't make sense for me to mount it. I'm not mounting a freaking 3D camera on my helmet to ride around in. That's not going to happen. I'm a dork, but not that big of a dork. So anyways, hit me up if you have any questions, comments, concerns. I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Until next time. And I'll say one more time.